So welcome again to Morara Home Furniture. Today we are here at Roy main branch.
We are glad that you're having a beautiful week.
And we are also located at Utawala opposite ACK St. Monica Church.
Also at Eldoret near opposite School of Law, Pale Annex.
And also in Mombasa in Bamburi Mtambo, just as you enter Bamburi Mtambo, Amazon State.
Today we want to show you a very beautiful double-decker for your kids.
This is a 4x6 double-decker, but in total it has 8 feet of length. So whenever you're buying it, you have to keep, you have to be aware that there is an extra space that you need for the staircase. So if your room is small, you may need to measure it. Most of the tiles in your house are 1 foot, so in many houses it will fit.
Okay, this double-decker has a staircase whereby just storage where you may use to store your clothes, the kids' clothes. You can also use this staircase to get to the upper decker.
You can also use it to keep your toys. So it's very strong. As you can see, she's about 64 kgs of weight. She's able to get to the top, so I don't think your children are going to be heavier than that. So we've made it very strong for your kids. Hata wakitaka kucheza hapa juu, they'll not spoil it. So on top of that, we also want to show you some other very beautiful pieces of furniture that we have here at Roy Branch. This is a sample of a coffee table. This coffee table is 23,000. It's 3 foot by 3 foot for your living room and for your living spaces. For the double decker, I forgot to give you the price. The price is 55,000 Kenyan shillings. Peke yake.
Microfiber fabric. It's very comfortable, and this material is a very good quality. You can wipe it, it doesn't get stained, and also for this sofa it's very comfortable. As you can see, I can bounce it.
So it's a very comfortable sofa, and even when you have in-laws visiting, mzee wa nyumba anaketi pale na sisi wengine ambao ndio ma-in-laws tunaketi hapa. So we look forward to you coming to shop with us. Anytime that you're free, spare some time out of your busy schedule and visit. It's not everything that we have on our pages that's available all the time in every showroom. So whenever you come and you don't find something that we advertise, ujue either ilikuwa order ya customer or ishauzwa. So you can always place your order, because 80% of our clients, they place orders and we deliver within 5 to 6 days. The only place. So today I want to talk about how businesses should receive your money. In terms of business, how do you receive your money from customers, or how are you paid? So there are several ways which you can be paid, but the most common most common is M-Pesa. Actually 90% of the business, they are paid through M-Pesa. Then the other one is cash. Then the other one unaweza kuwa in your business unalipa through bank transfer. And then kuna watu wanalipa through checks. Now, I want to tell you one thing, and I want to begin with the simplest. You see, for me to be able to mentor you as a business person that is coming up, I have to tell you the kind of payment models that would work for you and that wouldn't work for you. Let's say you are a contractor, you work with corporate entities, unafanyanga wiring, plumbing, ama unasupplying tu vitu fulani, unasupplying maziwa kwa shule, unasupplying maize and beans kwa mashule, ama nyama kwa supermarket. Most likely you're going to be paid using a check. And for those institutions, most of them, it's not a problem being paid by check. Shida ni when you're dealing with a new client. So check, when you're dealing with a new client, unless the client has a reputation, let's say you're dealing with Kenya National Examination Center or Nursing Council of Kenya, if a client has a reputation, then you can take a check. And mostly, for me, I don't release goods until your check clears. So this will depend with which business you are in. Kuna wengine mnafanya kazi, mnapewa tenda, ukimaliza ndio unalipwa. But be very careful. In short, be very careful when it comes to checks. You can lose a lot of money by checks because unaweza pewa check na i-bounce na ushapeana vitu zishaenda. So be very careful with checks unless it's a banker's check. Banker's check is the only check you don't worry so much because utapeleka tu kwa bank na upewe do. But easy check, be very careful about them. Especially if you don't know the person giving you the check and they're not a reputable institution. So like me at Morara Home Furniture, I don't check checks and I hate checks. And whenever I get a check, it has to clear before I release any goods. Because I've lost a lot of money through checks. And there are people who have attempted, of course, yeah, in fact, there's even a time I was conned using a check. What happened is, kuna mtu alinicall. Akaniambia, hey Morara, tunataka, tuko na children's home, we want you to supply us with the 20 beds. Sasa hizi 20 beds, utatuuzia ngapi dabodeka moja children's home? Kwambia type gani, nini. Kwambia moja ndawafanyia 15k. Sasa let's do 20 beds. Hii inakuja 300k. Nipatie account number yako tutakuwekea do. So me, I gave my account number. I did not know that they were doing a check. So they did a check and they didn't give it to me. They deposited it for me. So you find they have done a check, then they go and deposit it for you. So nikaona kwa simu yangu alert, ding, pesa 300,000. I was like, kumbe watu wa children's home. It's time for me to eat. Yeah. Okay, I'm coming. Thank you. Bye. So I nikaona alert, ding, 300,000. That time sikuwa nimejua difference between actual balance and available balance. Ukienda kwa mobile banking yako, you will see something like actual balance and available balance. Actual balance includes checks hazija clear, so ni nonsense. Usiwahi angalia actual balance. Always look at available balance, the money you have available for use. So mimi nikaangalia actual balance nikaona do. Then they called me. Wakaniambia sasa fanya hivi. You know, by the way, they didn't send 300k which we had agreed. They sent like 350. Then they told me sasa tumetuma 350. Lakini hiyo 50k iko juu ni yetu ka commission ketu. Sasa wachukue hiyo 300 yako, sisi tutumie hiyo 50, hiyo ni commission yetu, juu pia sisi tumejitafutia kitu. Nikasema watu washanipea busy ya vitanda 20 ya children's home, mbona ni wanyime commission yao? Ingia kwa M-Pesa haraka ding, nikawatumia do 50,000. I lost 50,000 on that day. So be very careful on check. Na hiyo check ili bounce, and then banks are merciless about bouncing checks. Bank itakupiga penalty. Imagine umedepositiwa check, you as a businessman or as the owner, you have no way of knowing whether the check would have bounced or not. And then the bank inakupenalize another 3k for the check bouncing, which was not your check. So nikapenalize you another 3k. So I lost money on that day. So be very careful with checks. Okay? Let's come to bank transfer. For bank transfer, you need not to worry because mtu akisha transfer do, maybe ni, unless it's RTGS. For RTGS you have to wait. If it's past noon, you'll wait to the next day because the money has to go to central bank. It reflects in the kuje. Sometimes when I reflect immediately, but mostly bank transfer kufanywa bank to bank is not a problem, provided you confirm do imeingia. Usitumiwe message ati nimekuforwardia message nimelipa. No, confirm in your account kama kuna do. Aya, let's come to cash. Now cash, of course, is obvious. You can be given fake cash and you know that. And there are so many. If you handle a lot of cash, then you need a machine. Ile machine huwa inatumia UV light to detect fake cash. If you handle a lot of cash, kama ni mtu wa M-Pesa, you handle a lot of, or whatever. But if you don't handle a lot of cash, then you need to study how to know fake cash. And fake cash, you can only know it by touching. So fake cash ukiguza hata ukikunja unasikia ni kama ni gazeti. With experience you will know. Those squeezy conmen have really improved. Sometimes hata ukiweka hiyo fake cash kwa light, hiyo simba mlikuwa mnaangalia kitambo iko, Ukiangalia kale ka silver line ka CBK kenye kalikuanga siku hizi ziko. So you need now to advance and know how to handle cash. What I do in my business is I tell the client to deposit. Okay? Naambianga client uko na cash, deposit. Or if the client cannot deposit na ameleta cash, napea mtu wa sales, namwambia cross barabara enda pale kwa M-Pesa, deposit your dough. The client doesn't carry the things without dough kwanza idepositiwe, ikubalike, iingie. So be very careful about issues of cash. And then cash can also bring you security risks. Unaweza nyang'anywa, wezi wanaweza kuja kukuattack, unaweza wekewa mchele, unaweza wekewa scopolamine ile inaitwangwa devil's breath, you lose your mind. So handling cash is very dangerous in business. Try to advise clients to deposit the money. So now, I want to come to M-Pesa. Now, I'm going to disappoint you. I know most of you use M-Pesa till. Wengi wenu mnatumia till to receive dough. I want to disappoint you. If you are there, you are a business person or you intend to start business, and what you are using is an M-Pesa till, from today, you should know that the work you are doing is useless work. If you've been using a till for the last 3 or 4 years, you've just wasted your 4 years. There's a song that goes, miaka yangu iliyoliwa na nzige. Wewe sasa miaka yako ishaliwa na nzige. If you've been using a till. The reason I'm telling you is this. Safaricom is not a bank. Okay? So whenever your money goes to a till, the most that you get is a till statement. Sindio? M-Pesa statement. Ya hiyo till. That M-Pesa statement cannot help you anywhere in this world. You cannot take it to any bank. You cannot take it to a car yard and get a car or a pickup to transport your goods. Your M-Pesa is as useless as it is. The only thing you can use is to prove that somebody sent you money or not. Just evidence. But otherwise, your M-Pesa statement is a piece of paper that is completely useless. Always make sure that your money goes to the bank. Unaona hii pesa yote yenye nimetaja, even the cash. Always deposit your money in the bank. Unaona hata till. Ukichukua till, chukua till ya bank. Ama chukua paybill ya bank. Siku hizi kuna paybill ya bank kama Equity, unaweka account number 247247, account number unaweka namba ya simu. Cooperative bank. Siku hizi kuna unaweka paybill ya cooperative bank, wanakuweka ka short code kenye unaweka hapo. Absa Bank, it has short codes. All banks, they have paybills and tills. Ukichukua till ya Safaricom, alafu kuna vile wanakuambianga ati chukua till ya Safaricom uiconnect na bank. You should know this. Safaricom itakukata do, kitumiwa itakukata do, because mostly maybe utakuwa umesema utalipia client charges, so that the client ukiona amechajiwa 0, amelipa 10,000, amekuwa charge 0, ujue hiyo transaction fee si ati ni 0 kwa Safaricom, wewe ndio unailipia. So pesa yako haitafika ikiwa 10,000, itafika ikiwa 9,900 and maybe 70. Okay? So what is the wise thing to do? Ukitumia till alafu uiconnect na bank, ati pesa ikiingia kwa till iende kwa bank, utakatwa kwa till na utakatwa kwa bank. So what is the wisest thing to do? Use a bank paybill. In fact, disregard your M-Pesa a lot. Hata customer akikutumia do kwa simu, deposit it in the bank. Hata kama wewe ni mtu wa kuuza maziwa, una receiving 60 bob, 30 bob, 40 bob, please take your money to the bank. Why am I telling you that? I want to assure you, you will never, ever, ever be a great business person without loans. Wanabiashara na loans, sisi tunakuanga we are in love. Sisi na loans, we are Siamese twins joined at the hips. Hakuna in business. Wacha nikuulize. You are in the business of running a hardware. Imegrow. Imefika mahali unahitaji FH truck. Umeenda Isuzu Kenya, umepatiwa quotation ya 6.5 million. Because that's what an FH is going for. Though I bought an FRR, and the FRR was I think 6.3. So, unataka kununua hiyo gari. Will you really save 6 million? Ukipita kwa maduka ukiona viatu mzuri, you want to take your wife out, mnataka muende holiday Diani, unataka ununue simu mzuri, iPhone 14 Pro Max ama Samsung Z Fold. Boss. Okay, maybe 6 million unaweza save. Let's talk of a bigger figure. You want to build a rental flat in Ruiru town that is getting to 6th floor. Okay? That rental flat is going to take like 35 or 40 million. Are you going to save 35 or 40 million? Unless wewe ni mtu wa corruption, hiyo pesa inaingia mara moja pap, ama mtu wa wash. But otherwise, you will need a loan. For sure. Hata kama unataka kujenga mall inatoshana tuseme Village Market, ama unataka kujenga hoteli yenye inatoshana Pride Inn Flamingo, ama unataka kujenga kampuni kama Dev